my friends. Today I have a very special treat for you. I'm going to be using this styrofoam thing here, and this is a foam roller. If you don't know at home, I love this thing. I don't know where I would be without it. I use this before all of my workouts for a pre-warm-up, and then I also use this as a cool down and then do some static stretching. This foam roller right here is very good in terms of breaking up knots. From day to day, depending on if you're lifting really heavy in the gym, whether you're a weekend warrior, whether you're an elite athlete, or you're sitting at the desk, stressed out, you're going to build up all these knots throughout your body, and it's like bundled up cobwebs, so to speak. And this little handy tool here is magic. It's going to break up those knots, it's going to increase blood flow and get you prepared for your workout, whether that's an event, whether you're working out in the gym, but preventing injury is the key with these. These foam rollers, they come at all different densities, and keep in mind that it doesn't feel that good. There's a slight discomfort even in terms of a pain sensation when using these foam rollers. And the way that I recommend to use it, which I'm going to demonstrate here in a second, is you're basically just you're gonna pick an area. Whether we're foam rolling, and today we're going to actually start out foam rolling on the chest region and work our way from there. But you're just going to palpate and just kind of work your way back and forth using the roller. And once you can find an uncomfortable spot that doesn't feel too well, you're going to actually hold that spot until it subsides 50 to 70%, and then you're going to move on, so to speak. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's get this going. Very basic. So we're going to come down to the floor here. I'm going to start out with my chest. A lot of people are very tight in their chest and their lats, and it causes their shoulders to roll forward. So right here, I'm just on my pec, my chest. If I want to increase intensity, I can lean into this a little bit more. If it's too much, if that hurts, I can just kind of take my weight and take it right off of the roller. So I can feel a knot right there, so I'm just going to hold that right there. Woo! I can really feel that. So you're just going to hold that right there, and then I don't want to bore you guys, so we're just going to go right into the next region. We're going to go into the back, okay? All those tight lat muscles, we got to get them worked out here. Oh, I can feel that right there, so I would just hold that. And, practitioners and therapists, they're in disagreement in regards to how to properly use a roller. A lot of people just roll up and down with it rather than trigger point work and actually staying on an adhesion, a knot, until it breaks up properly. So that is what I'm preaching here. So going on to our next one, we're going to work the piriformis. Okay, so we're going to work your glute region, because oftentimes the glute seizes up. It causes acute to chronic low back pain. People get sciatica. There's a bunch of known issues there. So what we're going to do is you're just going to take your leg, you're going to cross over your right here, my left's over my right, and then you're just going to kind of shift over to the side, and then you're just going to hold right there. And basically same thing, I can feel a knot right there. So I'm just going to hold that until that subsides. Okay, so moving on to the next spot, okay? Everybody has knots throughout their IT band and through day-to-day activities and walking around and things like that. Just typically this region's going to tighten up. And if you're too tight in your IT band right here at the top of the hip all the way down to the lateral aspect of your knee, it can actually pull on your knee and affect your knee. So we're going to try this one out first. Basic in regards that both feet are on the ground, and you're just going to take your hands and just kind of walk forward. You're just going to come forward just like this. So I can feel one right there, about mid-thigh. Woo, I'm going to feel that. All right, so I'm just going to hold that, let that baby subside. If it's not intense enough, I really don't feel it, pick both feet up off the ground. Okay, I can feel that. You know how they say, hurts so good? You got to embrace the discomfort, and that's what we're doing here. Just want to kind of share that one with you guys. Okay, so moving on to the next one, which goes hand in hand with low back pain, is this muscle right here, your hip flexor region, the psoas major. This tightens up, it knots up quite a bit. And so one thing that we can do is we can use the roller here and work that area. So if I have a leg day, if I'm doing a leg workout or intense cardio, some sprints, stuff like that, I'll get on here and I will use the roller right here on my hip flexor. So you're just going to come right over the top, you're going to angle kind of to the side, right there, and then you're just going to open your hips and you're just going to hold from there. So I can really feel that. And if it's not enough pressure for you, self-fascial release, or if you have someone else do it for you, they can really get in there and break up those tissues. And one thing that we want to make sure that we do is you want to make sure what you do to one side that you do to the other side, okay? So the next area that I just want to show you guys is the rhomboids, the upper back, the traps, because due to day-to-day stressors and everything, you know, those areas, people get knotted up in there, tight neck and everything, so we're just going to kind of right here, you're just going to find your point basically first, and if we're working the right side, what you're going to do is you're just going to shift over to the side like that, and you're going to hold that there. Now if you have a really big person or someone that's very muscular, another tool that you can use is you can use actual like the foam roller massage balls, and the density they're a little bit harder, a little bit thicker, and you can really break up those knots. I also, one thing that I want to say is I like using a tennis ball. I like using a tennis ball to break up the knots and kind of same thing, roll and find those knots on my calves. I'll do that. And then also for the fascia underneath the foot, people who have plantar fasciitis and, you know, inflammation and underneath the foot, that can be a very irritable thing going on there. But one thing that you can do to help is you take a tennis ball and basically on that one you would just kind of roll on it, and you would find a knot just where there's discomfort, there's a little bit of pain, it doesn't feel pleasant, and then you're just going to hold that, and you can apply a little bit more pressure by shifting your weight forward just a little bit, and it's great stuff. Then you go right into your static stretches, and you'll have improved range of motion. Ultimately, we're looking to be pain-free with this. And you got to try this stuff out. All right, what you saw here today using this foam roller, this stuff really is magic. It works. I highly recommend it. Y'all got to go out. You got to get yourself one of these foam rollers. They're awesome. You can do it before your workout. You can do it after your workout, and then go right into some passive, some static stretching. Spend 5-10 minutes on the areas that need the most attention. This will help treat painful muscle imbalances. And for contraindications, pregnant women, if you have high blood pressure, if you're diabetic, have lower body circulation issues, you need to be aware of this. And then also for those who have osteoporosis, it can potentially be absolute contraindication using a foam roller, especially the pressure that you're placing on the tissues of your body. And these are just general guidelines. Coaches and therapists are not in universal agreement of when to roll, how often, how long to roll, but I wanted to give you what I recommend. So combine this with strength training, cardiovascular exercise, do your passive static stretching, and this stuff will help improve your range of motion, flexibility, and improve your quality of life. Go out to a sporting goods store or Perform Better. That's where I get mine. There's a little link on my website if you want to check it out. Foam rollers, I have them on there. And thanks for checking it out. This is Ray Wetterlin III with RW3Fitness.com. Until next time.